Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to review the OnePlus N6 5G which launched recently and at a very controversial price. So watch this video till the very end to know about this smartphone and its controversies regarding that. So let's get started. In the box you will get the device itself, a silicon color matching case of a good quality, a Type A to Type C data cable, a 45-watt adapter in the box, and a SIM ejector pin. That's pretty much you got in the box. Let's talk about the design and build. OnePlus N6 looks like a premium device with matte finish on the rear side, and it doesn't catch fingerprint smudges easily, but if your hands are wet, it will catch it. It has a camera layout on the top left corner which looks very similar to the OnePlus Nord C6 from the rear side, and it has normalistic OnePlus branding in the center of this rear. But from the front side, the device doesn't look that much premium because of the bezels and a big chin on the front. OnePlus N6 build quality is good for the price. It feels nice in hand and has a wide and thick form factor because it comes with 8000 mAh battery. It fits well in hand, but using it with single hand it's not easy, and the device feels bulky while using the device. The weight distribution could have been better. It weighs around 225 grams and 9 millimeters thick. It comes with a plastic frame and plastic back. The brand claims it has military grade certification, but using a case is always recommended. It comes with IP65 rating, so it can handle some water splashes, not proper IP rating. On the top of the device you will get noise cancelling mic. On the bottom you will get a Type-C port, a SIM tray, a noise cancelling mic. On the right side you will get the volume up and down and power on off button. On the left side you will get nothing. The camera bump is very minimal, so when placing on the table your device won't wobble at much. Let's move on to the display, which is very controversial. N6 comes with a 6.8 inches LCD HD Plus display, which basically does your job, which is bright outdoors and remain visible under direct sunlight. It has a side-mounted fingerprint sensor integrated into the power button, which works fast and reliably. Watching content on the Nord 6 is a good experience for the price, but you can easily notice the difference in the screen because of the LCD display and HD Plus display. Quality is okayish, but clarity and details are less compared to higher resolution displays. That's what you need to know. But it could have been easily better with FHD Plus panel to get more details and clarity in the viewing experience. Bezels are there and are good for the pricing, but the chin is pretty thick for the pricing. It could have been better. It doesn't support wideband L1 and it cannot play 4K 60fps videos on YouTube. It plays only up to 2K 60fps videos on YouTube and no HDR support is there. It has a 90% screen to body ratio, and when you zoom in the pictures you will see the pixelated things, and see here it comes out. It has an LCD panel and a refresh rate of 120Hz, which fluctuates between 120Hz and 60Hz. Display specs like 6.8 HD Plus flat display, only 255 ppi and 1200 nits of HBM, which is good. I have no information about the display protection, but it comes with a pre-applied screen protector out of the box. Now let's talk about the performance and benchmarks. Not all the benchmarks were conducted at room temperature of around 37 degrees, not in an air-conditioned room and not in performance mode. The device was tested in normal mode. It is equipped with MediaTek Dimensity 6360X, which OnePlus calls, but basically which is basically Dimensity 6300 with ARM Mali G657 GPU, LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.2 storage. The device scores around 600K in Antutu, with reaching a temperature of around 39 degrees Celsius, which is up by 4 degrees Celsius from, and it consumes 3% of battery in this. During a 30 minutes of throttling test, the device throttles to 86% and the temperature was around 38 degrees Celsius. Talking about the Geekbench scores, in single core CPU it scores around 780 and in multi-core around 2000. In the Geekbench GPU it scores 1400. In the AI2 it scores 43K, which is pretty basic. In the 3D Marks test 20 minutes each, the stability was good but the scores was pretty normal for the price. Maximum temperatures the device reached after these extreme tests was around 43 degrees, which is acceptable and good because these tests demand more powers and hardware output, and the testing was done in a non-air conditioned room with temperature around 37 degrees Celsius. RAM management is good. It handles pretty daily basic apps, or around 4 to 5 apps in the background, and if you do heavy multitasking and heavy gaming, the phone will feel jittery and lags. N6 performance is good, not very exceptional for the price, with a good stability and thermals. It comes with 5300mm square vapor chamber cooling area. Now let's talk about the software experience. 6 software experience is good and it comes with Oxygen OS 16 based on Android 16 out of the box, which is fluid and smooth for the price. There are a lot of features which are missing from the OG Oxygen OS, like no live alerts and animation works fine, are better than other devices in the price but could have been better. But don't expect flagship or premium device level animations. I didn't find any major lags or stutters in the UI, but it feels little jittery while doing heavy tasks like gaming, editing and multitasking with more than 7 to 8 apps in the background. It handles day-to-day tasks well, but it is not good for heavy multitasking. App switching, app closing and animations are okay for the price. Basically, this is a lighter version of Oxygen OS 16 as mentioned on the settings page, and it misses out on some flagship features like dedicated AI section, no live alerts, no circle to search, no whole audio effect, no AI reduction during calls and no content portal. It also misses out on some gaming features, so check the gaming section to see what misses. The rest of things are there. This is a lighter version of Oxygen OS built for budget OnePlus devices designed for the new N series, which sits below the Nord series. There are a lot of customization options on the home screen and lock screen. You can customize app icons and app folders, shapes and sizes. There are 5 bloatware apps: Instagram, Netflix, Spotify, LinkedIn and Facebook, all of which are easily uninstallable. N6 comes with Android 16 out of the box and will receive 2 years of Android update and 3 years of security patch updates. AI features, there are AI features in the editor app like AI Reframe, AI Portrait, AI Perfect Shot, AI Eraser, AI Angler, etc. Now let's move on to the gaming part. Not all the gaming was done in an air-conditioned room in normal mode, not in performance mode. During 2 hours of continuous gaming at the highest setting available in the games like PUBG for an hour, COD Mobile for 40 minutes, and SPS Legend for 20 minutes. The device reached around 39 degrees Celsius and battery dropped by 19%. I have also played in a non-air conditioned room for 2 hours, and the maximum temperature reached it was 45 degrees Celsius while the battery dropped by 22% in 2 hours. In BGMI there are lags and jitters, especially when you play in non-air conditioned room. With AC there are fewer lags and jitters. However, in COD Mobile it performs well for the price at 60 FPS with medium graphics, and gameplay is smooth and stable, and the thermals are also in control. I also played games like Expert Legion, Subway Surfers and Temple Run 2, and they all run with good smoothness and stability. There is no frame interpolation option on the N6, no GPU settings customization, and no options to customize gaming HDR picture quality. Plus N6 gaming performance is good for the price. Now let's talk about the audio haptics and connectivity. N6 comes with a single bottom firing speaker, which is good, but dual speaker could have been made it pretty better. The vocals are clear for the price and does the job. However, the loudness is lower compared to the dual stereo speaker setup any day. Even at its 400% volume, it's clearly not above a dual speaker smartphone. The audio quality starts to distort. It feels a little weird in the audio, above 70%. Sound quality with TW earbuds is good. Let's talk about the call quality. N6 comes with Audialer app from where you can anonymously record audio calls, but it doesn't support features like AI Summarize and AI Translate for calls. Call quality is excellent and the mic speaker works well, and I didn't face any issues during calling. The device supports VO 5G VoNR during the calls. It has hybrid SIM slot which supports either 2 nano SIMs or 1 nano SIM and 1 SD card up to 2 TBs. The haptics on the N6 are good for the price and deliver good vibration feedback with the rotor motor. There is no option to customize the haptics intensity and it's not well integrated in the UI. There is no IR blaster. For the connectivity, I have tested the Geo 5G on the N6. It works perfectly outdoors, but in some indoor areas, it sometimes switches back to 4G. Call quality works fine with clear voice and sound. N6 comes with Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.4, and there is no information about the total number of 5G bands as of now, and there is no NFC support. As software department, OnePlus claims 60 months of fluid smoothness, which is basically 5 years of smoothness, but they claimed it only with 6GB variant. But I don't think so. 6GB variant will feel smooth and fluid for around 5. I think it will be good for only 2 years, not that they claim of 5 years. Now let's talk about the battery, which is very massive. It comes with 8000 mAh battery and support 45 watt wire charging, which is provided in the box. It also supports bypass charging and 5 watt reverse wire charging. That's good. It charges the device from 1% to 100% in around 2 hours and 7 minutes in a non-air conditioned room, and it delivers around 15 hours of SOT, which is, to be precise, 14 hours and 56 minutes of screen on time on all 5G usage over 2 days of moderate use. But it's mostly used indoors. But if you use it like outdoors and indoors 50-50, it will be easily around 12 to 13 hours of screen on time, which is pretty good. The battery backup is really good, maybe because of the HD Plus display, because it needs less power on HD Plus display compared to high resolution displays. You may be sacrificing in the display on details and clarity, but you are getting a good battery backup. There is no idle battery drain overnight with mobile data turned off. Battery usage like 2 hours of gaming, 4 hours 20 minutes of YouTube, 1 hour 45 minutes of Twitter, 3 hours 50 minutes of Instagram, 1 hour of Chrome, and you can check it in the list here as well. N6 can easily deliver around 2 days of battery life on all 5G usage with normal use. Let's talk about the camera which impressed me the most. N6 comes with a single camera on the rear side featuring a 50MP sensor without OIS. It features an 8MP selfie camera. N6 clicks really good pictures in the daylight for its price bracket, and the skin tones look close to natural when clicked outdoors. Details are good compared to other smartphones in the price range. While clicking pictures in shadow or in low light conditions, images look a little saturated, but it looks pleasant for eyes. For the pricing it comes at, people will like it. Pictures taken outdoor, especially in sunlight, look close to natural. Portrait shots are not that great, but they are fine, and edge detection is okay for the pricing and may be fixed and better with firmware updates in the near future. Dynamic range is good for the pricing. To be honest, I am really surprised by its camera. It's performing well. In the low light and night mode, the pictures are not that much good. It has less details and more grains in the images. It also has camera features like slow motion videos, panorama mode, time lapse, dual view for front and rear camera recording simultaneously for vlogs and storytelling, pro mode, high resolution mode, and text scanner. Up to 2x zoom pictures are good with some details and are usable, but beyond that picture quality starts to degrade with fewer details and more grains. It can go up to 10x digital zoom. The selfie camera clicks good pictures with focus and slightly beautified skin tones, and details are there. Surprisingly, portrait mode works fine for selfies with good edge detection, which is impressive for the pricing. The 50MP main camera sensor can record up to Full HD 60fps, but the stability is not good. The 60fps is only available on the 6GB variant. On the 4GB variant, you can record up to only Full HD 30fps. The front camera can also record up to Full HD 30fps, and stability is not good there as well. Talking about the conclusion of the OnePlus N6, for the performance, software, gaming, haptics, connectivity, and camera are all good for its price bracket, but the display and the audio quality could have been better. It also feels bulky while using because of the heavy battery in it. Weight distribution could have been better. The display, because it's an HD plus display, the details and clarity are less compared to high-resolution displays, and the audio starts to distort above 70% volume. Overall, OnePlus N6 looks a good phone for the price during this memory hike, but currently the OnePlus N6 maybe seems overpriced or not well priced, but in future you may see it as a good option because there are talks of coming back of 4G smartphones in the market, as 4GB phones are currently here. So it may be not good pricing now, but in future it may be worse than that, and even N6 may face price hike. So that's up to you, or you decide what to choose or what not to. They are better option compared to N6 in the market currently, so go for that. That's what I can say. Or you can choose this as well, up to you. So that's it for the video. Hope you like the video. If you have any queries regarding this, please comment. I will definitely reply to it. So like this video, share this with your family and friends who need to know about the smartphone, and that's it for the video. See you soon. Bye bye. Please subscribe the channel, bro.